Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And welcome to the show. And happy 50th episode, everybody.
Happy 50th episode.
We made it.
We're so excited to be like 1 year in, 50 episodes in. That's is crazy.
If you would have asked a year ago if we would have ever made it this far, I would have said absolutely not.
Okay,
And
I think I had more faith in us.
yeah, you did. I had no faith in myself, is honestly
okay.
what it was. And the fact that we only missed 3 episodes this year, I'm proud of that. Were they all my fault? Yes. But they were valid. They were.
Yeah.
I was just sick or didn't have a voice. And that's one thing you need to do a podcast is a voice. So.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that was a few weeks ago. That was pretty bad.
Yep.
I feel like we like the last few episodes we've been talking about how we like have made it this far.
I know. Okay, but we really made it this far.
I know. Like,
and now we're not going to talk about it ever again until 100.
Right.
Maybe.
I was just going to say that.
Maybe.
Like, we're not going to.
I say that I won't, but I probably will. So, sorry.
Yeah. We'll bring it up again at like 75.
Yes. But we just want to say that we love you guys and thank you so much for the support over the past year. It's been so fun. Obviously, or we would not keep doing it. So,
yeah.
Yay. Also, go check out our Instagram because my roommate and Bessie Dina took some really fun pictures of us for our 50th episode, and they're very funny. So please go see them on Instagram. Yeah.
We're cute. We used these balloons that I had left over from my mom's 50th birthday. So we just, reduce, reuse, recycle.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's the message we spread here.
I think they're still in the back of your car, Taylor.
No, they're not. I cleaned out my car yesterday.
Oh, okay. But I left them there.
Yeah, they were in the back of my car until literally yesterday, though.
Oh,
so
well,
about a couple weeks. Actually, fun fact, they were still blown up. Even the flat one.
Wow. So, yeah, we were struggling with the 5. So if you look at the pictures, you can kind of see that the 5 is like half deflated. But
she did not want to blow up.
Yeah, I tried to make it look nice. So
yes, but definitely go check those out because you're gonna want to see them. They're hilarious. And also, please go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And thank you very much.
Yes, please and thank you.
Yes. Yeah, I don't really have anything else, honestly.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling this one might be long, so
I got some good. I got a good story this week, and it's super long, so.
Okay. Mine, I mean, yeah, yours is probably longer than mine, but let's just get it started.
Let's do it.
So this week, I have another cryptid for you.
Ooh, we love a cryptid.
Creature. I don't know. I guess this is a cryptid.
Okay.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Oh my. Okay. Okay. I kind of sort of maybe thought you were going to do this one. I'm very excited.
See, I told you a few days ago I was surprised we hadn't done this.
Yeah.
And I was like, you should guess what it is because I thought we had the same thing on our mind.
Yeah. No, we didn't.
Because we're usually on the same wavelength.
I was thinking about it. I really was because I was like, it's a tragedy that we've gone 50 episodes, 100 stories, and haven't told the story of the Loch Ness Monster.
Right.
Probably the original, the OG cryptid, the OG myth, mystery, and legend.
Seriously. I was looking back on all of our episodes. I'm like, we had to have done it. We haven't.
We've definitely talked about Nessie before, but just in passing, not like a whole story.
Yeah. Okay, so the Loch Ness Monster, aka Nessie, is Scottish folklore. Obviously, Loch Ness is in Scotland.
Yes.
So this is a creature in Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands.
I want to go there so bad. Not only to see the Loch Ness Monster, but just in general.
I know. I think it would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of their... Isn't haggis Scottish?
Yeah. I actually
some of those foods seem a little weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess I would probably be down to try it.
Yeah, I'm always down to try something.
Mm-hmm. That's just the first thing I thought of. I was like, what kind of food do they have there?
Yeah, don't ask me. No clue.
Yeah. Okay, so Nessie has a large, like long neck and 1 or 2 humps that like stick out of the water.
My humps. Okay, no.
So if you didn't know that already. But,
That is, okay, that's weird. Because I kind of picture the Loch Ness Monster without humps. Like, kind of more dinosaur-like.
Yeah,
in my
actually,
mind.
there is one picture that got pretty famous that you're probably thinking of.
Yeah, probably. With just, like, its head sticking out of the water.
Yeah. But I'll talk about that. But let's take it back to ancient times because Nessie has been around for a long time.
Ooh.
If you didn't know that.
I did not.
So, actually, stone carvings by ancient people depict a mysterious beast with flippers.
Aww.
So this is like the first drawings of the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay, but here's my question. Were they just seeing dinosaurs? Okay, I just have so many questions. You just continue because I have a lot of questions for you.
Were dinosaurs around when people were around? Because I don't think they were.
I don't know.
So I'm guessing that's a no, but
okay. True.
I don't know. We claim to be like scientists, but we don't know anything.
No, nothing factual.
Do you remember that in our first episode we claimed to be scientists?
Yeah. I mean,
we're taking it back.
In theory, we are.
Yeah.
Like, we do have bachelors of science.
Yeah, true.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that we know anything.
I know, we're dumb.
Just take that into consideration.
Yeah. Okay. So, these stone carvings, the monster depicted in those, started being called the Pictish Beast because it was made by the Pict people. Pict. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Which were the ancient people of Scotland.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's what people started calling it, the Pictish
That's crazy.
Beast.
That's like a super old, like, creature then. Mm-hmm. And why would people lie back in the day? You feel me?
I mean, true. It could always be a story. Like, you really never know.
Yeah, that's
true. So this picture comes with, like, it does come with a little story, of course, that it was like a large animal. Like, there were supposedly multiple of them. They were like the water horses, and in the water they're said to have magic powers, but they have malevolent intentions.
Okay, at the beginning of that sentence, I was like, somebody just watched Frozen 2. But never mind, because the horse was not evil.
Yeah. See, this water horse is a little bit evil. And it will lure the creatures into the water to drown them.
Oh. Okay, just referencing a lot of the other episodes that we've done, anything in the water is probably bad.
Honestly, true. I think it probably is a way of people to, like, warn...
To not drown.
Kids, yeah.
Yeah.
Warn kids of the water so they don't drown.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Which, makes sense. Or there really is creatures which
exactly.
will drown you. So, exactly. I mean, either way. So, yeah, that was their ancient creature. And then moving forward a little bit, but still not a lot because this is still, like, a really long time ago. Year 565 AD.
Throw it back.
Yeah. The first written account of the Loch Ness Monster is in a biography of Saint Columba. And Saint Columba was a Christian, like, missionary who went to Scotland. But anyways, in this biography, there was, like, a story in there where a monster... Like, in the water, a monster bit a swimmer and was going to attack another man when Columba ordered the beast to get back.
Oh.
And, like, he made the sign of the cross.
Oh.
And the beast, like...
The beast.
Actually did what he said and, like, swam away.
Oh. Okay, so in that story, he's a demon.
Yeah, like, evil.
Wow.
So, I guess at first the Loch Ness Monster was evil. I mean... In my mind, today, like, I don't see it as evil, so I don't know.
I was gonna say, do they know if the Loch Ness Monster is a girl or a boy? I'm assuming there's probably multiple, maybe, if it's real.
I honestly, like, all the stuff I read, it didn't ever say what people thought, but I always thought it was like a girl.
I thought it was a girl too, because I just feel like the name Nessie sounds like a girl's name.
Yeah, I think that's where that comes from.
Okay, yeah.
But there was nothing definitive, so I don't know. I guess probably because we've never actually seen Nessie, so
yeah.
It's just like, you know, we're guessing. But so this story though, of St. Columba, it actually took place in the River Ness, not the Loch Ness. But like it connects.
Oh, okay.
To the loch, so
that makes sense.
You know. Adjacent. So over centuries, like after that, occasional sightings were reported. It could have something to do with like how their folklore had these like water horses, and not that people believed that there was like a monster per se. Like that's more of like a recent idea, but like this idea of like there being water horses and stuff is ancient, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, that's super cool.
So I mean, that sort of proves it even more to me though, that it's been around for so long.
You know, that's what I was gonna say. The ones that are like older, I just believe more, just because I feel like that's a lot of people to have like retold the story. Like it had to start somewhere. Somebody was just in a cave and was like, let me think of this little monster. I mean, maybe that is also entirely possible.
Yeah, true. Okay, so this next story is like more recent than 565 or whatever.
Yeah.
But still, it was still 90 years ago, in 1933. So that is when like the Loch Ness monster as we know it was sort of brought to worldwide attention. On May 2nd, 1933, a newspaper called the Inverness Courier, they released an account of a couple that claimed to see an enormous animal rolling and plunging on the surface of the Loch Ness.
See, even you saying that is just so cute.
I know.
Like, I can just imagine. It's just playing in the water.
Yeah, but also the fact that it's so big, I can see how that's, like, scary.
Oh, I mean, if I saw...
could be evil.
Yeah, if I saw a huge water monster that I've never seen before, I would totally be freaked out.
I know. So, they saw it in April, and then it was reported on in May. They said that it looked like a dragon or, like, a prehistoric monster.
Interesting. So, were they the only people out there?
They're the only ones who like had this story, so I guess so. It became like a worldwide phenomenon after that like article was released, and there was like tons of reports following this. And newspapers from London were like had people sent out to Scotland to report on it as well.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. They're like, oh, there's something crazy going on in Scotland. Let's actually go over there.
Yeah, send everyone you know.
Yeah, no, basically. In December of 1933, the newspaper The Daily Mail, they commissioned this guy named Marmaduke Witherell. This name is, I can't say this name.
Impossible.
Marmaduke W. He was a big game hunter. And they commissioned him to find the monster. I guess not to kill, but like to find it. So
I'm assuming he didn't.
Well, actually, he reportedly found large footprints that he said were the monsters.
Oh. Okay.
He said the creature who left the footprints was a soft-footed animal about 20 feet long.
Oh, about.
Yeah.
Also, what does soft-footed mean?
I don't know.
As opposed to
like,
hard-footed?
I guess, like, doesn't, I don't know, makes, like, light footprints.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, it was a brisk jog instead of, like, an angry giant stomping on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, this was short-lived because later zoologists actually, zoologists at the Natural History Museum, they determined that the tracks were fake. They said that they were identical, so it's like footprints shouldn't be like the same.
They're not the same.
Yeah. And they were most likely made with an umbrella stand or like a ashtray that was like had a hippopotamus leg as a base. Which is like, what? I'm trying to picture this.
Literally what? Literally what? Interesting.
Like, I'm guessing something shaped like a hippo leg, but it's an umbrella stand? I don't know.
He just took what he had in his car and made what he could, you know?
Right, yeah. He brought it over there. He's like, oh, this is a foot. I'm gonna just...
He said, I'm gonna get my bag one way or the other.
Exactly. But yeah, I guess he did pull it off, but then they're like, no, we're not buying this anymore. So...
Did he get paid?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well.
And during this time, also, a circus offered £20,000 sterling reward for the capture of the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, wow.
But nobody claimed it because nobody caught it, so.
It's too fast.
Yeah, but can you imagine if the circus, like a circus, had the Loch Ness Monster? Because during this time, like the 30s, circuses were so big that they just like had the most random things.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad they never found the Loch Ness Monster because he would have been treated really badly.
Right.
In a circus.
Like the circuses back then, like circuses now are still
bad.
Sketchy.
They're still bad.
But they were so bad back then too.
Definitely.
But yeah. So forwarding the next year, 1934, is the famous photograph that I think you probably saw.
Yes.
This is the surgeon's photograph.
Ooh.
It is a photo, the first photo taken of the creature's head and neck.
Oh, that's totally the one I've seen.
Yeah. And it was taken by Robert Kenneth Wilson, who was a London gynecologist.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, you know, that's why it's called the surgeon's photograph, because he was a surgeon. And his photo was published in the Daily Mail on April 21st of 1934. He actually took 4 photos, but only 2 came out clearly, and only one of them became popular.
Okay, well, knowing that makes me actually believe it more. I mean, I don't know what else you have to say about it, but the fact that I always thought it was weird that he only like had one, but the fact that he has multiple makes it believable so far.
Yeah, we'll see in a little bit. The people who didn't believe that this was the Loch Ness Monster said that it was obviously just a piece of driftwood or an otter, a bird, or weirdly, people said it was an elephant.
I've heard that. I can't see it.
See, but people say an elephant because of the circus. Because circuses go through the area and they would just like let the elephants swim.
First of all, that's sad. For the elephants.
Yeah.
But that actually could be what people are seeing. At least back then.
I know. When I thought about it, I was like, ooh, wait.
Because, I mean, the trunk surely does look a lot like the Loch Ness Monster's neck.
I know. But people who believed that this actually was the Loch Ness Monster, they said that the photo looked like it was a plesiosaur, which was a marine reptile that went extinct about 65.5 million years ago. And the scale of the photo was controversial because when it was cropped, it showed the monster like in the center of the lake, but the ripples around the photo like fit the pattern of small ripples. So like the proportions were off. It sort of showed that the monster was a lot smaller than people thought.
Interesting.
Like as if it was just a small object in the water.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we
don't believe this.
Yeah. This makes it seem fake.
Yeah.
In 1993, the photo and as well as the other 3 photos, they were all analyzed, and it was actually found that there was like a small white object that seemed to be making the ripples in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another strike against it, saying like, oh, well, you're faking the ripples in the water, so
Yeah.
it's just an object.
So it's
And
fake.
then, yeah, there's even more though. In 1994, so the next year, it was like fully determined that it was fake because it was like found out that the doctor had like used a toy submarine and put a head on it to make it look like
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
How have I never heard of this? I've seen the picture so many times. That's crazy.
Oh, I know. Yeah, so they basically took the toy out in the water and snapped a photo and like fooled everyone for 60 years.
Even today.
So, yeah. No, I know. It's crazy.
Me 1 minute ago.
So interest and belief in the creature has varied over time, obviously. The nickname Nessie actually started up in the 1940s.
Oh, wow, that's a lot later than I thought.
I know, me too. And in the 1960s, several British universities launched like sonar expeditions to the lake to try to find it.
Yeah.
But nothing conclusive was found. In each expedition, sonar operators detected large moving objects underwater,
Really?
though.
Okay, that's super interesting. What the heck else could it be?
I know. Like, what's under there?
I mean, I guess there could be really just big fish.
Yeah.
But how big is a big fish? I don't know.
I know. Yeah. In 1975, another expedition used sonar and underwater photography in the lake, and a photo was taken and like enhanced, and it looked like it showed like a flipper.
Ooh.
So people were like, oh my god, Nessie's flipper.
Ooh. Was it?
I don't know. I don't have further stuff on that one. And then there was even more sonar in the 80s and 90s. And then in 2012, there was another photo that went big, which was the George Edwards photograph. So in August of 2012, George Edwards claimed a photo he took in 2011 shows Nessie. He said that he had been searching for the monster for like 26 years, and he spent 60 hours a week on the loch
I don't believe it.
on his boat, which is called the Nessie Hunter 4.
What is with the 4? Was there 3 more before?
I don't know. And it was also in Roman numerals, so if you picture that,
Yeah.
Nessie Hunter.
Interesting.
Yeah. He would like take tourists out on rides on this boat. So I guess that's probably why it's called that.
That's definitely why.
You know. He claims to have found like a deeper bottom of Loch Ness.
Oh, okay.
Like,
deeper
it's
than
deeper
the
over
sonar
here.
could find.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Many people discredit him and his discoveries
I wonder why.
for, don't know why. And say that his picture isn't real and stuff. And surprise, surprise, his picture was found to not be real.
Oh, who would have guessed it?
So the monster in the picture was actually a fiberglass hump that was used in, yeah, it was just like this, I don't know, this thing that was used, it was actually used in a National Geographic Channel documentary.
Oh, wow.
That he was a part of. So he just like took it from the documentary and like took a picture of it. He's like, guys, look.
Guys, look, it's a monster.
I found Nessie.
I've been looking for her for 26 years.
All right.
Sure, he did.
Yeah. So that's that. And I have a little bit more here. In 2018, researchers actually did a DNA survey of Loch Ness, just to see what organisms lived in the water.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, there was no signs of a plesiosaur or any other large animal.
No.
But the research found that there was a lot of eels.
Ew. Okay, eels really freak me out.
Okay, but this led to people saying, what if Nessie is an eel?
Now I hate him.
Can you picture it, though?
Yeah, I can. He does look like an eel.
See? I mean, I don't know.
Ew.
Many other animals have been, like, misinterpreted for the Loch Ness Monster, as well as objects. So I'm going to just list some of them, because some of them are kind of funny. So bird wakes, so like birds diving into the water, making waves.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, obviously the monster was right there.
Yeah, I would
just
believe
made
that.
waves. Eels.
Ew.
As I just said.
Gross.
Elephants with the traveling circus. The Greenland shark.
Oh. Okay.
Apparently it can make its way to Scotland.
Okay, I have actually heard that before.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely insane to me.
I had never heard that. I was like, how?
The first time I heard it, I was like, I don't believe you. But then I heard it a couple other times. I guess I believe it.
Like, I don't know why.
Is the shark as big as the Loch Ness Monster would be?
I know, right? Like, I don't know how big these sharks are.
Yeah, me neither.
I guess they're pretty big.
Yeah, I suppose.
And the last one is a Wells catfish.
See, I knew there were some big fish out there.
Yeah. And some objects and, like, other things that people have misinterpreted were trees. Just ripples in the water. Just because people are like, the water's moving.
The water's moving. It's the Loch Ness
Monster. There. Just optical effects. So, like, just refraction of light on the lake. Shadows. People seeing things.
People just wanting it to be there.
Exactly. And then seismic gas.
Oh.
So I guess if there was like an earthquake at the time of sighting, I don't know.
That's wild. I didn't know that was a thing, really.
I know. It's crazy. And then I'll leave you with this fun fact that the Loch Ness has contributed $80 million annually to Scotland's income, or to Scotland's economy in the 21st century.
Okay,
so
government.
Far. So they
don't ruin my dream of it being real.
No, but they're like getting a lot of tourism from this.
Yeah, but that makes me think that like they're just putting it out there on purpose. Like the Loch Ness Monster isn't real. But I want to believe that it is.
It could go both ways. Maybe they're like, okay, we actually want this to be captured, so we're gonna get people to come.
That's true. But if it's been around since 500, I think that we would have caught it by now. Unless it's really good at hide and seek.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah,
as
so that's all I have.
I just want to know if it was ever a thing. Because I don't think the Loch Ness Monster is in there today. Because with all the cameras we have, it would have been caught already.
I know. See, that was always my, like, fight for this. Like, if it was real at one point, it's not anymore because how would it be hiding?
How? Unless it's fully, like, Journey to the Center of the Earth vibes. Like, gone.
Right.
Like, there's no way it's alive today. Which is sad because I would love to meet her. Little Nessie. I know, maybe Bessies.
Also, I wonder if she would be evil, though.
True. Also, if she is an eel, that's absolutely disgusting. I really don't like eels. At all.
Yeah. She could be an evil eel.
Well, that's the worst kind.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was a really good story. Shout out to Nessie. If you're out there, if you're listening to us.
Shout out.
I'm going to take it in a completely other direction than the Loch Ness Monster. I have for you, I have a BOGO this week. Buy one, get one free. We're having 2 stories from me. But that's only because when I started doing the research for the first story, it was way short. And I was like, oh, dang it. I need another story. So I found another one. And then that one was super duper long. And I was like, well, I already did the research for the first one. So we're getting a BOGO.
I'm excited.
Yes. So today I have the legend of Letta the doll and Okiku, which are two of the world's most haunted dolls. Dun, dun, dun.
Okiku.
Okiku. Okay, so we're going to start with Letta, the doll. But just in general, a brief synopsis. Haunted dolls, I'm sure if you've ever heard of any horror movie in your life, you've heard of like Chucky or even Goosebumps, like Night of the Living, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Nightmare maybe, I don't know. But anyways, like dolls are super creepy and they're used in horror all the time because they're super scary. But what's even worse than that is that like there are some dolls that are super haunted and actually scary. So that's horrifying. And obviously like the most famous doll I would say is Annabelle. If you haven't heard of her, honestly, you're Patrick Star living under a rock. But
oh, I know. I thought you might be talking about her today.
No, I'm not.
No.
Not doing that. But I do. She is. So obviously Annabelle, the movie, like in the Conjuring series, is like a realistic looking doll. But it's based on a true story of a doll that was actually a Raggedy Ann doll.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just say, like, when I was younger, I used to love Raggedy Ann.
Ew, Savannah, get out of town.
I was her for Halloween one year.
Get out of here. You're lying to me. I have been horrified of Raggedy Ann and Andy since I was literally born.
Really?
My family they love Raggedy Ann and Andy. And me and my brother always said, so my aunt has like literally the Annabelle doll. Like she has not actually Annabelle, but like the same Raggedy Ann doll. And she has Andy.
Yeah.
And my brother said that he really does not play around. Shout out to Josh if you're listening to this. He claims that he once saw the Raggedy Ann doll get up in the middle of the night and move. And ever since then, I'm not kidding you, we have to like put them away. Like even to this day, we do not.
Oh my God.
Like they are still at my aunt's house. We have to put them in the closet, put them away. We're like, oh, Raggedy Ann and Andy sleeping with you tonight. Because like we do not play.
Okay, you're just reminding me though. In my room right now, since I'm like in the room that has like I have some like extra stuff in here. Yeah, we have like this cabinet of dolls that were like my mom's collectible dolls that are like all they're like tiny ones that are the
like
Wizard of Oz. Yeah, they're all the Wizard of Oz ones. But people always say they're so creepy and I honestly never really found them that creepy.
They are creepy, Savannah.
But I sleep with them in my room every night. There's like probably 10 of them.
When I tell you that could absolutely never be me. I have honestly never liked dolls in my whole life. Like ever.
Oh.
And yeah. So just absolutely that's a no for me. But anywho. So I'll tell you the story of Letta the doll. So I'm gonna set the scene. We're in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Crikey.
Ooh, Australia.
In 1972. So not that long ago. This guy named Kerry Walton actually appeared on like a ton of TV programs with a doll that he claims that he found when him and his brother were just like chilling, visiting an abandoned building in 1972 in Wagga Wagga, Australia.
Okay.
And so like to make it literally even more creepy, he said that him and his brother like found this doll underneath this abandoned house. Like it wasn't even just in the house, it was underneath of it. So
okay.
Creepy and disgusting, and I would never take a doll or anything from an abandoned house. Let that be
like
the message.
Even like me not
hear.
being like that scared of them, I would not do that.
Absolutely
Why would
not.
you?
No.
Just leave it.
Exactly. So according to Walton, he named the doll Letta for quote, "Letta me out," because he believed that the doll had an entity trapped inside of it and that she had many supernatural characteristics. And like literally he would find her walking throughout his house whispering, "Letta me out."
Okay.
And I think she was just like, I think that was the Australian accent. Like, I don't think she was actually saying "Letta me out." I think she was just saying "let me out."
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
What? Literally, why would you not just get rid of it?
I know. So when I first heard of Letta, I assumed that she is a girl doll because the name Letta to me sounds feminine. I don't know. I guess the same with Nessie. Could be a guy. Don't know.
That's what I would assume too.
Yeah.
But.
However, Letta is actually a boy doll. So I sent you a picture so you can look at it, and you'll want to go to our Instagram and see what these dolls look like because y'all are not ready. So it's the first picture that I sent you.
Oh my god.
No, it does not look like what you would imagine it at all.
Yeah, that's not what I expected, and very scary. I don't know why anyone would want to play with this.
Right. It's literally 100 times creepier than I thought it was going to look like. Hate it. Hate it so much,
Why does it looks like not even a boy, like a miniature man.
Literally, it's like an old man kind of. Ew, it's disgusting, and it has like a huge face. I hate it. So anyway, definitely go look at our Instagram. But so the guy who owns the doll, Walton is his last name, he brought many people over to his house to witness what all Letta does, and many claim to have seen it for themselves. They're like, yeah, like, no, this doll literally walked in front of me. Like, what? Girl.
I'd be like, I'm sorry, we're not friends anymore.
Right, I'd be like, I'm never coming back over here.
Yeah.
Like, even if, no, like, absolutely not. And so Letta also likes to move objects around the house. And what's like the most creepy, it's just like a very small thing, but it's like the most creepy fact to me, is that there are scuff marks all over the floor of his house. And people are like, what is this on the floor? And he's like, oh, that's literally from Letta dragging his heels.
God.
Like,
what?
Scraping the floor as he's walking around because he's a doll. Sick. That's literally so disgusting.
I'm just like, how would you let this go on for so long?
So I was thinking that too, but like literally sometimes like when there's like a ghost involved, it like draws you in more and makes you like not ever want to like let it go. I know people who have like experienced that, and so yeah, maybe that's what was going on, because I don't know what other like rational explanation he would have to keep this doll.
So they're basically just besties, and
they're like, besties.
He's my friend. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he's like, Letta is chilling with me. He's my bestie in the afterlife. So
I mean, I guess it's just creepy. Like he didn't do anything bad, right?
No, yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, other than like moving stuff around the house, like in different places.
People do that, so it's like.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just the person.
So
creepy.
It's so creepy. So Carrie now lives in Queensland, and he literally still has Letta, and apparently Letta has never stopped the creepy behavior. A quote from Carrie, quote, "I reckon he walks in the nighttime." I don't know why I gave him a country accent. He's from Australia. "We came in here as a new house, and I've never heard so many strange things in my life." So yeah, basically they moved into a brand new house. Like, it was just literally built, and he brought Letta with him. So scary stuff kept happening, and so to him that kind of proved like, okay, officially, like, this doll is the reason for all this weird stuff, because he's like, this new house isn't going to be haunted because it's brand new. So yeah, so the thought that I had while researching this is like, what, maybe he's attached to the doll because it's a ghost, or does he want money?
Right.
You know? So I was like doing some investigation and found that he doesn't make money off of Letta. He actually, so you can meet Letta for free. He does little tours around Australia occasionally, and it's free to meet him and the doll, and $5 if you want a picture with it.
Okay.
So like, he's not making money from this. So like, why? I just want to know why.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like I'm saying, they're just friends.
I guess. Sick. It's just disgusting. But so I guess he also like wanted some answers. So he gave the doll up to like this university, and so they could like just run some tests on it and, you know, get some information. And they were able to date the doll at around 200 years old.
What?
Sick. I hate it. It literally, that just gave me the chills saying that. Like, ew.
200. So what year would that be?
Like, Savannah, you know I can't.
No, because like when did they figure that out? Recently?
Yeah, recently.
That it's like 200 years.
Yeah. So they found the doll in like 1972. I'd say probably like 1980s, 1990s when they did the test. So around the 1700s, maybe. Gross. And they also analyzed the nails, like not fingernails, but like hammer and nails that were held under the doll's feet.
Ew, there's nails?
Yeah, because I mean, it's got to be held together. It's also very old. So,
okay.
Yeah, nails. And they speculated that it was handcrafted, like the doll was handcrafted somewhere in Eastern Europe and probably most likely Romania. But to top it all off for you, the doll's hair is real human hair.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and to answer our question of why the family keeps Letta, actually, Carrie answered it for himself, and him and his whole family also agree. It's not just this weird guy by himself with a doll. He has a whole family, and they all corroborate this whole thing. Yeah.
And this is just a doll he randomly found.
Yeah, him and his brother. Yeah, and so actually, he said, even though like it is super weird and super scary, they have had nothing but good luck since he's got the doll. And so he doesn't want to give it up. So, yeah. Who really knows?
Weird.
They don't really elaborate anymore on that. So, who knows?
They don't say, like, what happened with the good luck, like, how they got good luck.
No. None. No info.
Interesting.
So, yeah, but that is the legend of Letta the doll. Creepy.
Yeah, very, very.
Very creepy. But you know what's even crazier than that? Is that that's not the creepiest story I have for you this week.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, so as I said, this is a BOGO week. Buy one, get one free. So this is the legend of Okiku. As I was doing the research for Letta, it led me to Okiku, the doll. And they share similarities. Obviously, they're dolls, but we'll get into more of that later. So I'm setting the scene once again. We're out of Australia. Forget about all that now. It's 1918 and we're in Japan. Okay? So at this time, like 1918, they're just now like transitioning into using more like technology and science. So it's not like fully the Japan you imagine today, but like we're getting there, you know?
Right.
So one day in 1918, a young 17-year-old boy, Ikichi Suzuki, bought a doll at a market for his 2-year-old sister named Okiku.
Okay.
He was visiting like the region of Japan for like some maritime exhibition. I don't even know what that means. But
like boats and stuff?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right?
But like I don't know why. But anyway, he went to this exhibition, and while he was in the town, a doll in the windowsill of this shop like caught his eye. Like just as he was walking the street. And he said that like immediately he didn't even think twice. He just instantly knew that he needed to go in and purchase it. And that's what he did. And he used every last penny he had on that doll. He had no more money. But he said something in him just felt like he needed to buy it.
Okay, why does that seem like bad luck though?
That's what I'm saying. Like if I felt that, well, honestly, I don't know. Maybe I would buy it. But he did. So... Yes, the doll is 1 foot tall, so she's very small, and it's dressed in a traditional kimono, and its hair is raven black, and it was later found to be human hair, just like Letta. So
see, that's where
the line is drawn.
The hair is where like it can be connected to the person.
Exactly.
Right?
But I mean, personally, that's where the line is drawn. I'm not buying a doll if it has... I'm not buying a doll, period. But I'm definitely not buying a doll if it has real human hair.
Yeah.
Because, like, hair, to me, is so important. Like, I feel like I'm connected to my hair. Even when I lose a piece, I'm sad.
Have you ever donated your hair?
Yeah. I sure have. So, I don't even want to think about it.
What if it's on a doll?
Stop. That's so scary. What if it is?
I've donated my hair a few times.
Yeah, me too. Scary. I hope it's not on a doll out there.
We're probably dolls.
If it is on a doll out there, I hope one day I haunt it.
Right, like that's what I'm thinking too.
Exactly. So anyway, back to this doll, Okiku. Her eyes were piercing black coals that seemed to always be staring at you. Like, it would never, it's like one of those that just like never takes its eyes off you. Creepy.
Okay.
Even worse. So Suzuki went back home and gave the doll to his little sister, as he was going to. And of course, she fell in love with it immediately. Like, she was just like a little baby girl. She loves dolls, of course. So she was 3, and obviously when you're 3, you don't have that much, capacity. So she was like, I'm going to call it Okiku because me. It's me.
Yeah,
it's my name.
That's my name.
But she actually said that it's like the doll was her. She was like, we're the same person. Me and the doll. We're both Okiku.
I feel like kids do that, right?
Yeah, I think kids definitely do that. So her and her little doll, both of them Okiku. So we're going to fast forward a year into 1919, where sadly tragedy struck the family. Baby Okiku contracted yellow fever, and it ended up killing her.
I
don't understand.
Oh, stop.
Oh my God.
Please stop. I'm really freaked out right
creepy.
now. Okay. That's the second time that's happened live on the air on this podcast. I did not say its name, my technology device that I cannot say the name of. Anyway, creepy.
Anyways.
I'm spook magooked over here.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Back to Okiku once again. She tragically died, gasping for air, in pain and afraid, and she was literally clutching the doll. And so, yeah, she was only 3 years old when she died, sadly. So the family wanted to bury the doll along with her since she loved it so much, like when she was alive. But sadly, circumstances and governmental oversight in Japan actually prevented them from doing that. You're not allowed to like bury anything with people, apparently, at least back then. So yeah, the doll was never laid to rest with Okiku, sadly, even though they know that's like what she would have wanted, which is really sad.
Yeah.
So they decided the next best place to put the doll would be in their family altar, which is super common practice in Japanese households.
Yeah.
So yeah, they obviously put stuff to honor their daughter in the altar, and Okiku the doll was one of them. But as soon as they put the doll in the altar, weird things started to happen.
Of course.
So one day, the family, they would just, in passing, see the altar, whatever, not paying that much attention to it. But they started to notice that the doll's hair was getting longer.
Interesting.
So when it was bought, it was shoulder-length hair. But now, sitting on top of the altar, it was a mangled mess of split ends, and it literally went down to her waist, the doll's waist. And they said it just felt different when you were holding it. And I'm like, that is disgusting. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Like,
it wasn't one of those dolls that like its hair grows.
No, I don't think that technology was invented yet.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably I don't know. So, at night, the whole family, they would all separately dream of Okiku, the daughter. And when they would wake up in the morning, the doll would be sitting next to their bed on the floor. And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, no, absolutely not. So after they started dreaming about the doll and her daughter, things really started popping off. The lights would turn on and off, bangs and other like loud noises in the house, and weird voices like coming from nowhere. Disgusting. So, the typical ghost stuff. So they're like, what's going on? So as the year anniversary of Okiku's death and her birthday started getting closer, the more and more paranormal things started to happen in that house. Over time, the family ended up bringing in like shamans and spiritual leaders like from all over the place to see what was going on. Because stuff was happening every day, and they just like literally could not even live a normal life. It was like literally invading their sleep even, so they couldn't even sleep it off.
Okay, but if it's the daughter, why is she torturing her family?
Right. So the shamans and everybody else, spiritual leaders, all agreed that their daughter's soul was trapped in this doll. And so they're like, why? Why?
But why is wouldn't she be nice?
If you think about it, she's 3 though. Does she know? Is she just confused?
No, you're right.
I don't know. So in 1938, the family decided that it was time to relocate into a different district. But by this point, they had gotten used to the doll and kind of just found peace knowing that it was like they still had a part of their daughter.
Yeah.
Which is kind of messed up, but, you know, whatever. But also, when they moved out of the district where Okiku died, the family was actually not wanting to take the doll with them. Not because of the haunting. Like, they weren't even scared of it, really. They were just like, they thought her, like, magic was actually coming from how physically close the doll was to where she was buried. Yeah. So they were like, that's why. And I'm like, were you just saying that because you were scared of it? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, because that doesn't seem like it makes sense.
No, but okay. I mean, maybe. Who knows? Because apparently, like, she was just buried, like, literally, like, in the backyard or something. Like, she was very physically close.
Yeah, like, really close.
Yeah. So the family went to the local temple and asked them if they would take care of the doll. And I'm like, girl, that is a huge ask. Hi, temple. Will you watch and care for this doll that, like, has my dead daughter's soul in it? Trapped inside it? Like, no big deal. It's not that big of a deal. But obviously, this is 1938, so this is like 20 years after this happened. So by this time, the doll was the talk of the town. Like, everybody had heard of the doll with the hair that grew. So the people at the temple were super fascinated, and they were like, yeah, we'll take care of her. No big deal.
Okay. They're like, yeah, we want to see this doll, like,
I think stuff, that's what it was. The people at the temple actually confirmed some of the events that the doll has caused, and absolutely to this day confirms that her hair does grow and that they regularly have to give her trims. And apparently they can tell when the doll is happy or unhappy. Not really exactly sure how they do that, but when they give her the trims, the doll is happy. So that's weird. Okay. And also sad because, like, I'm just thinking it's this, like, 3-year-old girl.
Wait, but how do they know? They're just like, no, when she gets a haircut, she's happy.
She's happy. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how they know. That's just what they say. Like, she's happy. Okay. So today, people say that Okiku the doll is only growing spookier and spookier. This actually freaks me out really, really, really bad. People claim that the mouth of the doll is slowly opening, and that if you dare to get close enough to peek inside, you may be able to glimpse something that looks like baby teeth coming out of the porcelain gums of the doll.
What?
Genuinely,
no, thank you.
I think that's, like, the most creepy thing I've ever said in my life. Like, that this doll is not only growing human hair. That's weird enough. It's weird enough that dolls are even made with human hair. But the fact that, like, people, a lot of people say that it's growing teeth.
She's growing teeth?
She's growing teeth. So I'm like, is she, like, preparing to re-enter this world into this doll body? Like, I don't know what that could be.
If that's true, though, how is it taking that long? Like, wouldn't she already be?
I don't know how long it takes to re-enter Earth, Savannah. I don't know. From the other side.
No, but is her mouth open? Like, how?
It's opening a little bit. That's how they're able to see inside.
Okay.
Like, I think just, like, with over time, like, the wood or whatever, porcelain, I guess. I don't know. Because I was going to say maybe it's, like, just time she's deteriorating, but I don't actually know. She's made out of porcelain, though.
I'm looking at this other picture you sent.
Yeah. There's pictures of her, too. So, creepy. She doesn't actually look that creepy, but it's so creepy to think about this story. And the fact that she might have, like, actual teeth.
Yeah. Like, with the story, she's really creepy.
Oh, for sure. So, Okiku is today located in a private shrine on display in a little wooden box in the Manenji Temple in Hokkaido, Japan. And tourists are welcome to come see her. I am really, really trying to go see this doll, Savannah.
You are? I thought you were about to say I don't want to go anywhere.
No, I would love to see if her mouth is actually opening, if she has teeth, like, for myself. Because, like, honestly, until then, I'm not believing it. Mm-hmm. But people say, like, if you have to just go to see it yourself to believe it. So, I propose we go to Japan whenever we can to see this doll.
No, I would go.
Yeah, creepy. But the craziest thing of all is that one of the scariest movies of all time, in my opinion, was actually based off of this legend. And that movie is The Ring.
Oh my God, seriously?
Yeah, seriously. So I watched it in middle school, and it was seriously traumatic. It was super scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just like loosely based on her life, the doll and the little girl. So super creepy. But yeah, that's the legend of Okiku. And in my opinion, honestly, I feel like she's probably like the most haunted doll. Not even in like an evil sense, just like in general. I really believe that that little girl haunts that doll.
Yeah.
Like, not even in a bad way. Like, she just is a baby and doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
But, like,
yeah,
that's
true.
No disrespect to her at all, but ew. Like, disgusting.
You said no disrespect, but ew.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm trying to say no disrespect so respectfully, but absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. So, yeah, that
Oh my God.
is my 2 stories for the week. Super creepy dolls. Yay.
Yeah, no, she's super creepy because I just don't think I've ever heard of a doll, like, trying to turn into a person. Like,
No.
that's Pinocchio.
Right. Like, ew.
He's turning into a real boy. She's turning into a real girl.
Ew. Sick. It's literally
Oh my
sick.
God.
It literally gives me chills. And it's not even like she's not evil. Like, she did not really do anything that scary. She's just living and she's scaring me. The doll.
Yeah.
Horrifying. But yeah.
Well,
That's what I have for you this week. Definitely go check out Instagram. You're gonna want to see the dolls. You're gonna want to see Nessie.
yeah.
And our
the
50
of
pictures.
Nessie.
Our 50th
The fake
episode pictures.
The fake pictures of Nessie because there are no real ones. All of them
Yeah.
have been.
Yeah, disclaimer. No real pics of
Yeah.
Nessie. Tragically.
But,
But
it's okay.
you still want to see what
Yeah.
she might look like. But yeah, happy 50th episode. Thanks for joining us along this journey. Yay.
Yes. I also want to mention that there has been a bug flying around this room for half of this episode and I've just been like so scared it's gonna land on me, but I was like, I need to make it through this episode and not say anything.
I'm honestly proud of you because there's no way I would have ever done that.
No, literally, I was like
so I can kill this bug because bugs are a no for me.
No, afterwards, am I gonna kill it? Probably not because I'm too scared to even kill it.
True. So scary. Well, shout out to that little bug friend. He just wanted to be a part of this. The memorable 50th episode.
You're right.
But anyways, that's all I have for you this week.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, well, see you next week.
Okay, cue the music.